you can't submit it because the verb is too many characters. So where does that put you? It puts you right back from the beginning because you're trying to fit Texas. I say you're trying to fit Texas into Delaware, and of course we know that's not going to work. It's just real simple. So you actually have to be able to go and do this yourself. They make it virtually impossible for those that don't know the law. They make it impossible for those that really have been taken advantage of. You have so many people that are paying debt that they're not even supposed to be paying, that it's not even theirs. And the only thing they figure they can do is just deal with it because they want to get back to where they're supposed to be. So it's time for you to regain control of what is actually yours. Step up, do what you need to do, take a chance, go through the program. You'll see this is actually something that will work for you.
So relying on the credit bureaus is like the wolf leading the sheep?
Exactly. Let's just be realistic. When you go through and you are attempting to get your credit repaired, the first thing you do is you're going to write this out. You're going to send your statement to the credit bureau. There is one bureau in particular, and I'm not even going to name names, but there is one bureau in particular that will send you a stall letter, no matter how valid, no matter how. You can even show them, this is me. It's not my dad. Somebody else used my information. And they will send you a stall letter just to give them more time for the actual creditor to be able to go through and try to produce the information that you're asking for. If the debt is not yours, then they need to take it off. Period, the end. But the credit bureaus actually, in my opinion, why would you go through and bite the hand that feeds you, so to speak? In my opinion, the credit bureaus are working for big businesses. Why? Because big businesses are the ones who pay them. When you go through and you want to obtain something, if you want to go and buy a home, they have to do what? The creditor has to go through one of the bureaus of their choice, and then some of them, say, for instance, if you're buying a house, they use all three. The mortgage lenders will use all three bureaus. Guess what? Do you think they provide that information for free? No. That's why some creditors only choose certain bureaus to work with. They will choose one and the other two they won't choose them, and that's who they'll report to. That's who they'll pull their filing from. That's who they'll base all their information on about you, because that company is the one that they decide to be loyal to, and they don't want to pay the other two. In my opinion, these bureaus are actually being paid off by big businesses to allow them to go through and take advantage of who? Me and you. And every other American that's out there. They are not working in your best interest. So the only person that will work in your best interest will be you. So if you want to get back control of your credit demise, get your life back on track, so your children won't have to go through this, 10 years from now, where they're in the same spot that you're in, trying to rob Peter to pay Paul, trying to figure out how they're going to pay their next electric bill, avoiding phone calls from creditors just because you don't have the money to pay them. And then let's not forget, you can't get a job that you're totally qualified for. Why? Today, they're using credit. They are checking your credit to see if you can qualify for certain jobs. How erroneous is this? This is ridiculous. Bureaus have actually taken control of your life, and they're telling you what you can and cannot do, and they are dictating it. So the only way you can go through and get control of your life all over again is to go through and fight for what's yours. Regain control of your own credit profile. Don't let anybody else take that control from you. You take back what's yours.
Okay, so can you go through and tell me what kind of debt this program can help remove? I mean, is it just credit cards? Could you also do things like student loans?
Okay, and that's a good question. The first thing we need to go through is you can remove any type of debt. Now, as far as student loans are concerned, let's just be realistic. Student loans are there. It's government funded money. Now, things that you actually can dispute within student loans, it could be the dollar amount, because they actually may have the wrong dollar amount down of what you owe. The interest may be incorrect. Those things they will go through, and if you need to have them corrected, then they can be disputed and they can be corrected if they are inaccurate. But generally, student loans are there, and that's your debt. You're not going to get rid of them. But what you can do, and this program will actually show you, is number one, how can I go through and make a payment plan that's affordable to me? Maybe the payment plan that they have there isn't right for you, but you're sending something. Even if you send them $5 or $10, it's showing that you're actually trying to make payment and pay something. But what you can do, and what this program will actually show you is this: you are able to go through and you can control. You're in control. This is what this program shows you how to do. Gain control of your finances. If you gain control on your finances and you let them know, allow them to know, this is what I have. It's either you're going to take what I have or you're not going to get anything. So then the debt will just stay there. And it doesn't matter to me. So take what I have and let it decrease gradually. It's going to do one of two things. It's going to show that you are actually going through and you're making an attempt to pay the payment. Don't just leave it there. It's not going to go away. It's still going to be there. But take control of the situation. Don't have them calling you. You grab the bull by the horns. Figure out what you can afford to pay. Don't think that they're not going to accept your payment, because anything is better than nothing, and you're going to decrease the debt. I've worked with people that's had judgments where they've actually had court rulings against them, whether they actually went, whether it was ordered in default. Those things can be removed. Number one, you have to think of one thing. One thing that a lawyer's office, a criminal court system, a police station, one thing that all of these companies have in common is they have to get confidentiality. They cannot go and disclose any of your personal information about you, about that case, anything. They're not able to disclose it. It is against the law. They violate their own laws.